Here at the Hibiscus Coast Raiders for the Sportsafe Nines, and we've just caught up throughout the day. There'll be a couple of interview cutaways where we listen to Mark Miller talk about Sportsafe and some of the products and services that they provide in regards to looking after our kids in the community and making sure that they're safe and sound, whether they're on a footy field or in a gymnasium, playground, wherever it may well be. If you are in a school environment or a stadium environment, what have you, and you need a warrant of fitness, please check out www.sportsafe.co.nz, and they'll be able to come out and check out all of your sporting equipment to make sure that they are safe and sound for all of your members, kids who are playing sport and being able to be used. We're seeing the Atatu Roosters now lining up against Waitemata, and the referees are having their final chats now as looks like the Seagulls are going to be kicking off.
Yeah, it should be a good little game, this one, Troy, between two teams who are going to be playing against each other in the Crown Lift Truck Sharman Cup this year.
Yeah, I went and did a little bit of investigation type homework because I know that would impress you, Corey. And Waitemata won their first game up against Franklin Storm, and it'll be interesting to see how they go against Atatu. So I think we're in for a great clash here.
Absolutely, and Viggo Rasmussen with the middle for this game, our referee. Of course, if you are interested in joining the Referees Association, all the details available on welcomeleague.co.nz. And a lot of the guys out here having a nice day today in the sun here on the Hibiscus coast. Waitemata to get us underway.
Yeah, and a big welcome in to all of our fans from across the globe as we've been live around the world with the Sportsafe ARL Nines, our live streaming partner Ctas, just as the kickoff's about to happen. To all the fans in Australia, Gold Coast, Brisbane, welcome aboard. Hope you're enjoying the rugby league.
So away we go, and it is fielded initially. The ball has come out the back. There was a caller held there, but play on is the call. And back they come. Waitemata shovels the ball back towards the middle of the park. Taken forward by Jacob Sight. Urquhart shifts it on. Waitemata goes to the line. Up over halfway.
Waitemata seem to have a wee bit of size in the middle.
And looks like a little ruck infringement in there, signalled by our referee. And it is going to be a Waitemata penalty, so they will get possession on halfway here. Kicks for touch, it's almost gone backwards. It's not his finest moment off the boot there, big Matthew Luisi. But nonetheless, it is a Seagulls ball. And away we go, Luisi taps.
Great little run.
Yeah, nice little bit of footwork there. From the 13, Vea La'akulu. Up through the middle of the park here. Atatu need to be a little bit careful. They're letting the big boys run rings around them here. And we've got a penalty, I think, for inside the 10. So Waitemata now are going to put all sorts of pressure on this Atatu team who need to show a bit of enthusiasm in defence. They hand the ball off, and it is taken forward by Whainu. Ball has come out. I think we're going to have a knock-on at the end of all that, and Atatu ball. So scrappy start to this one, Troy.
Yeah, and to be fair to say, they've probably got the little get-out-of-jail card free there. So let's see the Roosters now grind it out from inside their 10. There's some big in that Waitemata pack in there. There's some big lads across the field.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of big boys out there. Atatu pretty small across the parks. We see a sloppy error there out of dummy half.
You just can't afford to be doing that on a day like today.
So it's Urquhart who's come up with the error for the Atatu Roosters.
Here they come again.
Into it we go. So nicely taken forward there by the number 11, Lance Frost.
Big and strong on the tackle, just stood there, waited for support, managed the beautiful offload, and bang, try just off his hip.
So impressive start there from Waitemata, really. They obviously spent a little bit of time down that end of the park, and in the end go over pretty easily via Lance Frost.
I can hear Viggo chittering away in the background there on the referee's audio. And,
so conversion to be attempted, and it is to the right of the post from
fact, have we managed to land any kicks today? Have we? I think the only kick I've seen land from my point of view has been the one that was put on the kicking tee.
That's right, yeah. kicking hasn't necessarily been a feature, although we did see Mount Albert in particular nail a couple of sideline ones earlier in the game.
True that. Yeah. Yeah, they're looking like the form team so far.
So back underway we go. It's reeled in by the Roosters. Plays short at the line. Where's a big shot for his trouble? It's Whainu who got in with the shoulder. Out of dummy half they come now. A lot of playing at the line here. This Atatu team fighting for extra yardage there. Out the back door, Ova'a to Urquhart, but he's troubled by that rushing Waitemata defense. And some big contact here now. Atatu really need to counter this because the middle forwards of that Seagulls team really starting to make their mark. Urquhart darts out of dummy half. The Roosters shift the ball on. Ova'a dummies, goes back door, decides to hold the ball, goes himself. Nicely taken down by Frost, who ragdolls him to the ground. Urquhart darts out of dummy half. Shifts play on. Here we go. Some space out on the edge here for the Atatu Roosters. What have they got? Flicks the ball back inside. Ball is loose, and now there's a turnover. Now it's dangerous for the Atatu Roosters. Breaking down the left. Still going is the Waitemata player. It is the number 6 for Waitemata. Lima Itiru, eventually taken down after a long run down that left flank. Now they want to quick play the ball. They want to go to the right. That's where the numbers are lacking for Atatu. Ball pops up. Balls come loose, and it's going to be a knock-on. So Atatu survived there. But end-to-end stuff here between the Seagulls and the Roosters. Battle of the Birds. Urquhart to play the ball, 40 off their own line.
A couple of changes happening over there on the far side, Corey. Some of the Roosters are swapping out.
Urquhart shifts on.
Sorry, mate. Just a wee bit of communication noise there from the Waitemata middles. They're trying to talk it back up and they'll close this down, and they need to at that point.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Troy, Atatu starting to look quite threatening here. Urquhart. Ova'a goes to the line, dribbles a little kick through. The chase, not too good from the Roosters, and it's cleaned up.
They need to keep him down here.
And it's that same man again that broke down the left earlier. Etiru cleans up the kick. He's dangerous in broken play. They need to be very careful of that, the Roosters. And now you would imagine the Seagulls will leave it to the big men. Ruck this one out. Ball has come loose though, so all of a sudden Ova'a picks the ball up. Play on is the call. Ova'a gets into a little bit of space. Fends off one, fends off two. He's still going. 10 metres out from the line now. The Roosters on the attack. We haven't seen them score a try yet today. Are we going to see the first here? It's a very slow play of the ball, and he's carrying a bit of a knock there as Ova'a. They shift the ball out towards the left. Here we go now. The Roosters stepping back inside. Very close to the line. Ball has spilt loose though, and that is a knock on. So sloppy stuff there from the Roosters, and the play breaks down.
So Waitemata now get the ball in hand as they walk back to the designated area to play the ball, and we'll be expecting somebody to cart it out off the line. Here he comes.
Oh, and met in big contact there by Lafaeli. Tips him up. So the Seagulls now sending the big boys at them. Nice first up contact made there by the Roosters. Looking for the second phase. Here are the Roosters. A little bit of footwork.
Yeah, vertical sidestep.
Legs tackle, which means that the offload is still possible. So the Seagulls starting to do some damage here. Little chip kick over the top. It's a one-man chase. It might be all they need here. Still going. Ball has popped up fortuitously there for the Atatu Roosters, who now launch the counter-attack. We're inside the last minute or so. Big contact there. Huge contact, and it has gone a little bit high there.
It was basically manhandled to the ground. The ref didn't like it, so there's the penalty. Not much to the size of the Roosters fullback there, but he's certainly got some heart.
Yeah, Trey D. Williams. The young fellow come up, I believe, from the under-18s, previously with the Mount Albert under-17s. Typically a hooker. It does look like he's playing a bit of a fullback role today, although up in the line now. Out the back it goes. Urquhart shuffles play on. But good talk from the Waitemata defense there, and they forced the error, which should just about get us to half-time here. Waitemata will have the final say of the half, you would think. And can they generate some more points? 4-0 is the gap. Ball comes loose. It's going to be a strip. And it's offside, creeping up there. So just a little attention to detail stuff, Troy. Starting to hurt the Roosters here.
Yeah, they had a wee bit of an opportunity and that got squandered. And they've looked promising, you know, coming back to, and there's it out. Yes, it is. When they actually came down and put some pressure, mount some pressure down there in this, inside the 10, the 20 of the Waitemata Seagulls. Waitemata Seagulls, excuse me.
That's all right. All these birds do get a little
confusing. There's a couple of seagulls flying by now. They're probably subbing on themselves.
On cue. So the tap and go from Waitemata. Siren goes in the background. That might do us. It will. 4-0 is the gap at halftime. The Waitemata Seagulls lead the Atatu Roosters in the latest game here at the 2018 Sportsafe ARL Nines. We'll be back in a few minutes to resume the second half here from Stanmore Bay on Auckland's Hibiscus coast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Atatu vs Waitemata here at the 2018 Sportsafe ARL Nines. A close first half with Waitemata holding a narrow 4-0 lead over the Roosters. And it's going to be Waitemata who get first use of the ball. We're just getting rid of the training staff off the field as we speak. Remember, you can watch all the results on aucklandleague.co.nz. We'll be getting those up as soon as possible down here on the ground. The communications team doing a fantastic job of keeping everyone up to date. Keep an eye on the website throughout the day for match report and photos. In the meantime, we've got a penalty from the kickoff. And when it's not your day, it's not your day. And the Atatu Roosters there up over the line before the kick was taken, and the referee's having none of it. So the Seagulls to take, you would think, the kick for touch from halfway. Always a bit of a hard one if you don't have the longest kicker. Sometimes it is better to tap, and that's the option they're going to go with. So they shuffle the ball. Oh, and that's big contact up the middle there, and a hard carry there from Lekasa. Down the left they come now. Into the line comes the fullback. Shuffles play on. Boy, there are some big fellas in this Seagulls pack. Nice little flick pass out the back there. The Gidley flick. Atatu get there in numbers and take them down. 25 metres out from the line. Short side raid now. Still going. The Roosters. Urquhart, brave tackle from the little fella down low. Gets his head down around the legs and brings him down. The much bigger man. They go backdoor now. They got numbers here. Do the Seagulls if they sum it up correctly. Taken down the good three-man tackle by the Seagulls now. Play still alive. Still going down the short side there. Big contact takes him into touch, and that is fantastic defense. Atatu Roosters. Couple of representative players in this Waitemata team. A couple of Auckland Niue representatives in Saloma and Dominic Fulamu. And a couple of Sharman Cup representatives as well, of course, in that Sharman Cup top 10 list published on KiwiLeagueCentral.com. Plenty of clapping going on here for the Waitemata boys. I think they can feel they're really starting to take control in this one. The big fella's got ball in hand as we speak. Lecasa, he made an instant impact when he came on in that second half there. They're going to shift out towards the left early on. Saloma down the short side, play still alive. Battling for a quick play of the ball now. They shift the ball back towards the middle of the sticks. Lecasa beats one, beats two, still going. And he is over the big fella. Crash, bang, that is the try. An excellent effort there from the big number 10 for Waitemata. Kaineo Lecasa, who crashes over from close range, and the Seagulls take an 8-0 lead with kick to come in the opening couple of minutes of the second half here between the Waitemata Seagulls and Atatu Roosters. Conversion well wide to the right, and neither team in a real hurry to get back to restart the second half here. So Waitemata get us back underway off the boot of Volkafa. Urquhart fields it, hands it off, and back into it we go. So the Roosters now looking for a reply, and they'll need one pretty quick. 8-0. Hint of a forward pass out of dummy half there. Referee says play on. Urquhart shifts to the left. Ova'a goes to the line, and where's the shot for his trouble? Urquhart back in at dummy half now, looking to bring the big boys into this game here. They spread it wide now, but it's a little bit rushed from the Roosters. Nice little heads-up play there from the little number 7, Roderick Gruff. Gets on the ball, quick play the ball as well. So plenty of talk going on out towards the left of the field here for the Roosters. That's the way they're going to go. Urquhart spins the ball. Ova'a tips a little kick over the top. Chase isn't bad, but it's well covered at the back by Waitemata. And they take them down here. So 14 minutes just about gone in this game here at the Sportsafe ARL Nines. Beautiful day at Stanmore Bay on the Hibiscus coast. If you're just joining us, we are of course streaming non-stop live all day, culminating with the grand final at 6:40 p.m. tonight. So fighting for every little bit of yardage you can there, 20 metres out from the line. They shuffle play on. Atatu, to their credit, keep showing up in defence, and boy, they've had to do some work in this game, particularly in the middle of the park where they are noticeably outsized. Waitemata now play down the short side. Nice little bit of footwork there. They keep play alive. This is nice from the Seagulls, and the play continues. Volkafa eventually dies on the ball.
We'll see a kick come here.
Goes short side and then
Probably
kicks.
not what the team was expecting from that one, Corey.
I haven't seen that one before, Troy. The old jump down the short side and then kick, but got the job done nonetheless. Back into it they go now, the Roosters. So into a little bit of a holding pattern in this game. The Roosters need someone to bust it open for them. Brave carry there from Seta. Just going up to halfway here, but it's fairly stagnant from the Roosters as it stands. J.D. Williams takes it forward. Down towards this left edge they go now. A little show, a little go from the halfback. Nothing coming. Roderick Gruff. We're going to get a penalty at the end of that. So the Roosters now a chance to really put some pressure on. Max Urquhart taps and goes.
Not much out here on the right side, is there? They're coming across now. It must have been just substitutions rolling on.
Yeah, you're right, Troy. They really do appear to have sort of lost their shape a little bit here, the Roosters. But perfect opportunity to get it back now as Urquhart hands it off. Ova'a goes to the line. Step. Ova'a. He's going to go straight through. Lovely work. And the Te Atatu Roosters hit back via Makaleo Ova'a, who just really took it to the line, Troy, and just caught them napping a bit.
Quick drop goal. That's awarded.
So over it goes, and all of a sudden we have a 2-point ball game on our hands. So Ova'a, you can see here, goes to the line, eyes up football, puts on a little bit of footwork, and that's all he needs. That little gap there, and straight through he goes under the post, converts the try as well, which means it is Waitemata 8, Te Atatu 6, as we head into the final few minutes here at Stanmore Bay.
Fabulous day down here for the Sportsafe Nines. And at the break, we'll have a chance to catch up with one of the staff members from there, and the manager from Sportsafe, young Reese Meyer, who's absolutely thrilled to pieces being down here all day.
And they've found touch off the kickoff, have the Roosters. So here we go. The comeback is well and truly on. Urquhart now jumps into dummy half. Back towards the middle of the park now. The Roosters carrying it forward. So a spring in the step for the West Aucklanders. What have they got? Big contact there in the middle. Lafaeli takes it forward. Urquhart darts out. Well tackled in the end. So Waitemata now with a little bit of a surprise with that last try. Gruff hands it off. Lafaeli goes to the line. 3 men in the tackle. Gruff trying to push him over. I don't like your chances there, son. Slightly outsized. Gruff into dummy half now. Look out for Urquhart, who is set at first receiver. A cheeky little dart. And he's gone over here. We're waiting for confirmation. That is wonderful work there from the little number 7, Roderick Gruff, who has crashed over and given his team the unlikeliest of leads as we head into the final 2 minutes here at Stanmore Bay. Troy, out of nowhere, the Roosters really looked like they were struggling. We mentioned they were lacking shape, but all of a sudden, they got the lead.
And I think, you've talked about, the little fellow there just starting over. I think that's going to play a big part in today's Sportsafe Nines, is the smaller guys getting a lot more mobility. They're showing speed, they're quicker around the park, and the big guys suffer a wee bit in the heat, as you know. And the sun's at the height of its apex right now, so we're right in the guts of it as far as being fabulous weather down here for the Sportsafe Nines.
So the Roosters, you would think they go long here and try and defend this lead. The siren goes in the background. I think that is for field 2 rather than field 1. It's a little bit confusing with the different sirens going on here. And that is, in fact, going to be the game. So the Te Atatu Roosters steal an excellent victory for them, and it was a spirited comeback because really they were thoroughly outplayed in the first half, but an excellent comeback in the second half, led by some good play from the likes of Makaleo Ova'a, and then, of course, Roderick Gruff, who led the team around the park nicely and scored the winning try in the end. So we are now going to hear a little bit, I believe,